What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Trill, Higher Code. Alright, now this is going to be the second installment of the yoga form and alignment series that I'm doing right now. The first one I showed more so of what you do while you're listening to your instructor. This time, I probably should have did this one first, but it is what it is. So I'm going to literally break down how I learn and listen as I do my form in class, whether I'm I'll go from the listening aspect as being a student. All right, so the first thing that you're doing, you're calming the mind as much as possible, clearing everything out. And always remember, this is gonna be the first rule and it's gonna be the last rule. Breathe and pace. Your instructor may talk slow or fast. But if they talk fast and they move fast, which mostly done in a studio, private studio or things like that, you're going to want to make sure you breathe at your pace. If you know the connecting parts of where you are in the flows, do so. But don't hold your breath, breathe, and pace. They might be moving at light speed, you might be moving like a turtle. Move at your pace, but always listen to what they're saying, so that you don't mess up anything in your alignment or just feel like you're out of luck. Or not out of luck, but just out of place with not being able to keep up with the class. Things like that don't matter. Your mat is your mat, your practice. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing on their mat. Alright, so first thing you're doing outside of breathing and pace, which is 1. 2 is going to be listening attentively. When your instructor is speaking and giving you instructions on what the next flow is or the next position, you want to make sure you're listening attentively and focused. As you're breathing in the beginning, calming the mind and the body, that is going to be taking out and eliminating as much as possible any noise that's in the mind and any chatter that's in the mind, and calming the body so that you can listen attentively. Ears are gonna have to be quick so that you're able to pick up on things, whether you move fast or slow. Now, with the second thing, listening attentively for the ears, we're gonna move to the eyes, which will be your physical eye and your mental eye. You're visualizing what the instructor is saying for the pose and the form and alignment. So if you're totally lost and you're a beginner in a class, you're going to visualize by pretty much looking at your instructor, seeing and doing what they're doing. When they say what it is to do and they start to get into the pose or start flowing in the way that they're doing for the sequence, you're going to, if you're a beginner, peep it and follow through. Now, with peeping and doing what you're going to do with the class, some people be like, I can't do all that. The instructor should be able to give you a modification whether there are blocks in the class or not. Now, secondly, for the person that doesn't want to use their instructor as a crutch, even though they're there to be an example, the next thing would be, and I encourage anybody to do this, would be to visualize within yourself. What I do when I'm in class, because I've been doing a whole lot of teaching, but when I'm in class as a student, or if I'm just on my self-practice, especially if it's something from YouTube, I'm listening to what they're saying. I don't have to necessarily look at everything, because I've done my studying, 4 years self-study, and then a year of studying for when I got my certification. But the next thing, as you're listening to what they're saying. You can almost close your eyes and listen to someone saying, all right, so now, I'll just give an example here. I'll give a twist as an example. My eyes are closed. You're gonna sit up straight, feet should be shoulder width apart. Right hand is gonna go underneath the right leg, grabbing the left ankle, bring the left leg down to the mat, crossing the right leg over the left, You're gonna roll over the left hip, right hand behind the back, left elbow into the outside of the right knee, gazing over the right shoulder, giving the spine a twist, deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, release. Come back to the front, make sure the spine is tall, uncross. I'm just gonna do the other side to be even. Left hand going underneath the left leg, grabbing the right ankle, bringing the right leg to the mat, sitting up tall. Grab the left leg, crossing over the right, rolling onto the right hip, left hand behind the back, right elbow onto the outside of the left knee, giving the spine a twist, gazing over the left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale forward, uncross the left, bring the right knee up, cross the legs, down, Sukhasana. I did all of that with my eyes closed. The eyes being closed, I'm listening attentively, going back to number 2. I'm listening attentively to what they're saying, visualizing it in myself. If I get lost, even though my eyes aren't closed in class, I can look at my instructor for the best example because they're there for a reason. All right, and for the 4th rule would be adjust and feel. So back to the example. Sitting up tall, their instructor could say something like, all right, so this would be more of the modified, or more of the slightly advanced. Eyes are closed, right hand going to the left, right leg, grabbing the left ankle, bring the leg to the mat, crossing over with the right. If you're not able to do so, you can extend the left leg out, crossing over with the right, rolling over the hip, hand behind the back, left hand, left elbow into the outside of the right knee, gazing over the right shoulder, flexing the left foot up, deep breaths. Inhale, exhale back forward. As you adjust and feel, your instructor is going to give you some instructions. So on this one, I'll do something different. Crossing over, left hand behind the back, right over there. Outside of the left knee, stay with it, Cleo. Twist. You raise your arm up, fingers together, or throw a mudra with how you're feeling if you know your mudras. Feel yourself getting more into the position, being able to turn a little more to the left. And exhale, release. Slowly and gently. Coming back up tall, cross the legs, Sukhasana. So adjusting and feeling. I'll give another example for that. So for Warrior 1, like I said last time, a front foot toe is going to be forward, back heel is going to be aligned with it, pretty much in this small V, backing up. So adjust and feel. If your instructor can see you, and if you're if your torso is forward, or if you're over your knee, over your ankle with your knee, your instructor is going to be saying, make sure your right knee is stacked on top of the left and not over it. Making sure the heels are still aligned, shoulders and hips are square. Back. Now do an example on this side, left. Step back with the right, making sure the heels are aligned. You can look down, or you can visually do so within your head if you've done practice long enough. Shoulders and hips square. Make sure the torso is tall, not leaning to the back or the sides. Inhale. Exhale, step up. And the last rule is the first rule. Make sure you breathe and take care of your pace. Your practice is your practice. And breathing is the most important thing in life, because without breath, there is no life. And your pace Regardless if you're a rabbit or if you're a turtle, you're going to get to the finish line. Your instructor's job is for you to get to the end of the session. Your job is to listen, visualize, adjust and feel, and do this with the intent and the attention that is to the max to help clear out noise in the mind, in the body, and in the aura, and in the spirit. For sure. So, breathing pace, rule number 1. 2, listen attentively, quick ears. 3, visualize, looking at the instructor and doing so within the mind to get the point where you need to be before you. 4, adjust and feel where you need to do from listening, visualizing, and back to 5, making sure you remember to breathe and stick to your own pace. I appreciate you all. This is another edition and rendition of Yoga Form and Alignment. If you have any questions, drop them below. Subscribers going up. Tell a friend to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, make it go up. I appreciate y'all. Peace. Not apart. Together. Love.